It's chaos and confusion around here. Chaos and confusion. I've done a bunch of mini hauls recently, and number one, I failed at most of them. The fragrances have just not been it, and I can't find caps. There are things that are missing. I don't know where I went wrong, but basically, I've just had a bunch of fragrance buying regrets. Hi, I'm Janique. I'm a little perfume obsessed, and apparently I'm terrible at blind buying. In this video, I'm going to talk about some fragrances that I blind bought over the last few weeks, and it was not good. It was not good. I bought a whole bunch of shit that I will never wear. I'll probably use it as air freshener. That's the best I can do because I don't want these on my body, but I used my hard-earned money to buy them because apparently I can't walk past a sale without picking something up. I gotta learn from this. It was all mistakes all over the place, and I gotta talk to you about it because I need to check myself before I really fucking wreck myself. Seriously, it's a problem. Looks like I lost my favorite times. Just because it's on sale, it doesn't mean you need to buy it. This is my message to you as somebody who has had multiple failed back-to-back hauls with clearance fragrances. There's a reason sometimes it's on clearance. Nobody wants it because it doesn't smell good. And that's the boat that I'm in right now. Just a little bit of regret and shame around how much I spent on fragrances I'm going to have a hard time wearing, most of which cannot be returned because I bought them on clearance. Now here's the thing. I could have saved the money from a lot of these and just bought one or two bottles I really would have enjoyed instead of picking up a whole bunch of $20 and $25 fragrances at a bargain, it felt like, and ultimately not liking a lot of them. So in today's video, I have 10 fragrances, used to be 13, that I blind bought and hauled recently and that I generally am just not excited about. I'll go through each haul separately, starting with haul number 1 and working my way through. I'll present some of the fragrances that I did kind of like in each haul. Some of them I kind of did really like in each haul, but for the most part, most of these will be, I don't know, air freshener. I don't know what I'm going to do with these because I can't return them. But they're not good. First haul that I did was from fragrancebuy.ca, and the first fragrance I want to talk about is one that I actually like from this haul. So this one wasn't an unsuccessful buy. I'm not saying that I'm head over heels in love with it, but I will get some wear out of this one because I think it is a good smelling fragrance and I'm excited to wear this one. So the first one I have here is Hugo Boss Deep Red. It is a citrusy floral fragrance. It has a really deep tuberose note and it's a classy work fragrance with a bit of extra sweetness. Now, I do love a tuberose fragrance, and so this meets that brief, and I'm excited to wear this one once spring comes around and gets a little bit warmer. Right now, it isn't the most appropriate, but I don't hate it. No. Better yet, I do like this one. I'm just a little bit salty about the whole haul in general, so I'm gonna try not to like take it out on her, but I do enjoy this one in this bunch. My next favorite fragrance from this haul, I use the word favorite very loosely, is Rihanna's RiRi. No, this is a candy smelling fragrance. It's ultra sweet. It skews very, very young. Like, this is the kind of fragrance I would have been excited to own, wear, feature when I was 15 or 16 years old. It's not exactly my style at this point, but it is not bad smelling fragrance. It's a ultra sweet candy smelling perfume, and I can definitely get some wear out of this in the summertime if I'm looking for that kind of ultra sweet fragrance. More than likely though, this is going to be layered with something with a little bit more depth and some more woodiness and some more muskiness to it in order to get the most out of this one. But it isn't a regret because it was super inexpensive. It's just that it's not quite my taste at this point in my life, but I can absolutely make use of it as a layering fragrance with fragrances that are a little bit deeper and woodier that need a little bit of sweet help. Let's get into some of the fails. The first one is Revlon's Charlie Gold. Here's the thing. It doesn't have great reviews, and the reviews that I saw talked about how it's pretty outdated, it smells pretty cheap, it maybe smells like cleaning products, and I ignored all the signs and went for it anyway because it cost like $10. And I was like, for this much juice, I'm gonna take a chance on it. If it smells like cleaning products, it can work around my home somewhere. And it really does. It does smell like cleaning products. They weren't lying. Ooh, I am never spraying this on my body. I'm not doing that to myself, but it will find you somewhere, somehow, I guess. But this was my first taste of a very real failure. Like, I've had blind buy fails before where I've bought a fragrance and it just has not been my style, and I've had to find ways and workarounds to make it work. This is so pungent and so in your face. It would be hard to make this work. So the biggest fail for me of this whole haul, and this is the last one and my least favorite, it's Nicole Miller. I didn't realize how much of an aversion to aldehydes that I have. Like, I just don't enjoy that particular note. I've smelled aldehydes in other fragrances before that weren't like really unpleasant, but in this one, it's all you kind of get. And it's so pronounced, it's so in your face, it's so intense. For me, it's just a no. I'm going to use this as a bit of an education in notes because I'm trying to understand a little bit more about certain fragrances, and this is the kind of antithesis of the kind of thing that I would enjoy and would want to wear, that I think maybe I can learn something from this, but as far as enjoying it, I really don't. And so I think what this first of 3 hauls showed me was that I need to be more discerning when I am buying fragrances. And even though I tend to not want to trust the reviews because there are notes that I really enjoy, like green notes that other people really, really dislike, that when it comes to things like this that have been around for a very, very, very long time, that some of the highly rated comments might be worth paying attention to because people might know what they're talking about, and I've learned my lesson on this one. So my next haul was from Shoppers, their clearance section. As you may be aware, all of these fragrances sort of sit in cellophane and you can't test anything before you buy it. You're really just blind buying these items in person. And what I usually do is I pull up my phone, I check Fragrantica, I check the notes to see if the notes are in keeping with something that I would want to try, or I just blind buy it because I like the bottle and it's pretty inexpensive. In this round, similarly, everything was kind of underwhelming. So it's not that like I deeply disliked anything the way that I did in the last haul, but everything here, I can't imagine picking it over something else in my collection that I like more, which is a bit unfortunate. So I'm just gonna go through what I did get and why I got them, and you know, some of my regrets here. This is another syrupy sweet fragrance, is Katy Perry's Meow. I don't have any fragrances from Katy Perry, and it was the only one on the shelf, and so I went for it because I thought I have a few songstresses in my collection, some Rihanna, some J-Lo, some Ariana. Let me add Katy Perry to the mix and see what she gives. And I can't say for Katy Perry fragrances in general what they give, but I can say that this was an underwhelming introduction. It is the sort of typical celebrity fragrance, and not to rag on celebrity fragrances because I am a celebrity fragrance stan. I will just say this is a kind of one-dimensional flat sweet fragrance that might be fine to layer, but on its own doesn't really do that much. It also doesn't perform that well. I will say, you know, I only paid $22 for this, and so I shouldn't expect the most, but at one point this thing cost $60 or $70, and I cannot imagine when it would have been worth that. The best part of this fragrance, like, let's be real, is the bottle. It's a cute little kitty. It's a cute little kitty, and I love me a cat. So I don't mind seeing it on my shelf and looking at it as part of a collection because it is so adorable, but it's really just an ornament at this point and it isn't getting much use. And I really do wish I'd used the money for something better, something that I would have enjoyed more, but here we are, and regrets are regrets, and we have 1,000 of them, don't we? Next up is this heart. Again, the bottles were attracting me. I was like, that's a little bit cute. I love that. Anyway, this is a diesel fragrance. I always mix it up with the Vera Wang one, Love Struck. I think this is like Love Bomb. I don't know. There's love in the title. I'm not even gonna learn the name. The name isn't on the thing, and I'm not going to bother trying to find it. It smells like laundry. So it's very soapy. It's very fresh in a kind of harsh, in your face kind of way. I'm not saying it smells bad. I'm saying I don't want to smell like this leaving the house. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay with like spraying this with my spraying this on my sheets and getting into bed in a bed that smells like this. I'd be happy to be in a spa that smells like this. And I know that there are people who do love a fresher, soapier, shampoo-y kind of fragrance, and they might really enjoy this. I realized I don't want to smell like that leaving the house, that I do prefer something a bit more refined. So this isn't a bad fragrance. I just don't think I'm the right person for it. I am not the audience for this as somebody who primarily wears floral. So next up we have Friction Night Her. You'll see the other one coming up that kind of led me to this one. And here's the thing. There were notes in this one I'd never tried before. So when I looked up the notes here, I knew I was taking a risk because there were things here that I'd never tried before, specifically amorous. I don't know what amorous is, but now that I've tried this, I have a better sense. Now, one of the only accords I have a hard time with are spices, but I do love balsamic and resinous fragrances. This is like a cross between the both of those things. Like, it is a bit spicier, kind of smells like myrrh or frankincense or incense in general, but there's a kind of thick resinous quality to it like you would have with ambroxan or amber. So it's like this midway point that I hadn't ever experienced before, and I knew that this was a chance. Now I don't know if this can grow on me. It is very different from the fragrances I wear. It's more in your face, it's more pungent, it leans more unisex than I expected, and I don't think it's bad. I just don't think I'm the right person to judge because this isn't the kind of fragrance that I usually reach for. Now also, you'll notice I can't find the cap already. It's somewhere, but it's nowhere. It could have like fell into the depths of hell in the time that I've been like staring at it and having regrets about spending money on it, but here we are. I just want to add up and say, like, we're 60 some odd dollars in with regrets on regrets on regrets. I could have bought a proper bottle of perfume that has been and has been on my wish list already that just didn't get bought because I bought 3 things that right now I don't like. Yay me. Go me. So the only fragrance from this haul that was actually a success for me was this one. Hello. It is FCUK's Friction for Her. Now, this for me, I enjoy this. It is a vanilla coconut fragrance. It's very straightforward. It isn't revolutionary. It isn't doing too much. The vanilla isn't too sweet, and the coconut is extra coconutty. It is coconuting. It is very creamy, and the vanilla just doesn't pierce through too much. It doesn't overtake the coconut too much. They're working together in unison in a beautiful way. This smells like the kind of thing you want all over your body. Like, it almost smells like a lotion would because it doesn't enter the territory of perfumeness a lot. It's just coconut and vanilla. That's it. It's really straightforward, really pleasant. It smells like a tropical vacation. I would absolutely love to wear this on a beach somewhere. So this for me doesn't make this haul worth it, but I'm excited to add this because I do love this combination. So I did a haul from Oakcha and it was a mess. I deeply disliked almost every fragrance that I got, and I started to think about how I'd seen ads on ads about how great their fragrances were, and I couldn't understand why my experience was so different from everybody else's, but here we are. The fragrances I ended up returning were Secret Lagoon, A Hymn for You, and A Night in Cannes. They were all deeply discounted, and I was excited to try them because the fragrances they were duping, like Fève Delicieuse, were fragrances I was really excited about and I wanted to try really badly. And once they showed up and I smelled them, it was a no. It was an absolutely not. I just didn't understand the hype, but I did end up keeping 2 of the 5 fragrances that I purchased, these 2. Kalon and Orphic. So Orphic is a dupe of Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait. This is a pleasant enough fragrance. It's very sweet. It's very in your face. I am going to enjoy wearing this. I will say that. I don't know what the performance is like because I haven't actually worn this out yet. I've only worn it in the house. So it's not really like dealing with, you know, life and world conditions. But so far, this has been a really pleasant one. The other one is Kalon, which I think is the real winner of the two. And this is a dupe of Gentle Fluidity Gold from MFK. And can I say, this is a whole vibe. Like, why can't everything be giving this? I don't understand how these two could be so good and the other three could be so fucking terrible. Just terrible. And I'm not gonna complain because I'm not here to complain, but here's the thing. I returned these fragrances weeks ago and nobody has replied to my emails. They provided their address. I packed them up with a tracking number, sent them on. I got confirmation they were delivered. I've emailed them twice to be like, so can I get a timeline? Can you tell me what the process is? What? Nobody has responded to me. So that's irritating. They offered to give me like a $25, you know, if I keep the three instead of returning them, and give me $25, and I keep, like, I wasn't looking for a discount. I wasn't looking for a coupon. I wanted to get these out of my house because they made me viscerally angry. Like, why do they smell so bad? Why do they smell so? I don't understand. So I don't want to like hate on them, but the customer service so far has left much to be desired. And the fragrances themselves, like, I understand that these, like Gentle Fluidity Gold and Baccarat Rouge especially, has such a following. They've trended. But it's like, these are the gateway drug, right? Like, you come in thinking this is what you're going to get, but instead you end up with a night in can smelling nasty. I don't want to be a bitch. I don't want to be a bitch, but I am, number one, annoyed that it's been weeks and nobody has responded to emails about my refund. But also, I'm just bothered by the quality of those fragrances because, again, it feels like a gateway drug. Like, you're introducing us to the company with really great quality fragrances and then baiting and switching us with these ones that don't smell good and then offering coupons and hoping that people won't follow up to return the shit. You know what I mean? Like, people won't bother for an extra $50 or an extra $70 to go through the trouble of packing them. But I'm petty. I will return the things even if it's gonna save me $10. I know this fragrance collecting makes it seem like I don't care about money, and this whole haul shows that I have I've made some questionable choices, but ultimately I returned the things and I have not heard back. Let's see when I do. I don't know when that will be. But anyway, I have two fragrances here from them that I'm excited to wear also. Conspiracy theory. I looked at the size of the bottles with they're all supposed to be 30 mils, right? And the size of these bottles and the size of the bottles like Night in Cans and the Secret Lagoon, the less popular fragrances, weren't the same. So I don't know if those were more than 30 mils or these are less than 30 mils, but the bottles weren't the same size. I'll insert a photo to show you what I mean. Weird. So weird. Either way, I just didn't have a great introduction to Oakcha, and it makes me like not want to try a lot of the North American or Canadian dupe houses. Like, I need a whole break. But I do plan to try Lattafa because I need to get into these Arab perfumes because I'm a bandwagonist, and I admit that. I admit it. That's all for me. All of the fragrances, all of them, all 10 of them that I hauled, it used to be 13, that I hauled, that just, I'm not excited, not really, about any of these. And it could just be that my spirit is dampened by all of the failures here. But ultimately, it is what it is, and I can't take it back. I can only learn from this experience, and hopefully in the future I will do better and be more selective about the fragrances that I purchase. I've definitely learned my lesson here. So much for stopping by and commiserating with me. I really do appreciate it. I'm not saying I'm ashamed. I'm a little ashamed. I'm a little ashamed about getting it so wrong these last 3 mini hauls, but there you have it. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making this video, and I hope to keep making them for you. So thanks so much again, and bye, y'all. See, you've been on the mind. I've been seeing